the knife where it is. There's no point anymore. Why fight? Those symbols on your arms mean that you're sworn your life to us. Of course, since I'm the benevolent man, I'm going to allow you one final choice. Will you join us or allow us to slice the soul from your body? We can free you like we freed your sister. Everyone can be saved. Hell no. Sure. Save me. Blake unsheathes a dagger that I didn't know he had. He points it towards my stomach. I keep seeing the word flash in my head. Evisceration. 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 Sorry, Zoey. Looks like I messed up. I'll join you. What other option do I have? If I refuse, then he or one of his cultist friends will kill me. This is the only way I can survive. I'll live among the people who killed my sister until I find a way to escape. I'll get my revenge the same way that the ghosts they left behind never will. Look away from the altar. I'm sorry, Zoey. You need me, but it's going to be okay. I can survive. I can become the sister you needed. I let go of my past life and all of my possessions. I don't need them anymore. The body I walk in is merely a vehicle for transporting my soul. Blake tells me I'll be free when I've earned it. You can't be free before your time, that's what he says. Over time, I realize that those who are freed at her age are the luckiest ones. The cult allowed Zoey to ascend before she had to face life's horrors. I'm grateful for what they have done. I'm grateful, I think to myself every morning before I read my prayers. I am grateful. To show my appreciation, I help them with their haunted houses every year. They call me a scout, someone who finds those worth saving. Oh, there's one passing by now, all by herself. Hello, are you lost? Can you help finding your way back to your group? I wait in the crawl space, trying my best to stay quiet. A few moments later, I hear clattering like a pile of wood falling to the ground. I peek out of my hiding place. Is it safe? Yeah, you can come out now. I join Blake to see what happened. Another dummy? What's going on here? Your guess is as good as mine. Staring at it. Okay. Oh wait, what am I not doing? Don't do it. I don't feel comfortable doing this. Writing weird things on my arm and saying a weird prayer? I have no idea if this ward stuff is real. The strange mannequin, what do you think of that? Could have been an accident, I don't know. I'd rather hold off on doing anything like this until I know more. I think your doubt will harm you more than it will help you. Don't talk to me about my doubt. Fine, let's just get to the indulgence room. What, you're not going to draw on yourself? I'm on your side. If you're not going to do it, then I won't either. Maybe there'll be a trace of her somewhere in here. I don't know, I feel like we're wasting our time in this room. I pace around, mindful of my steps. I don't want to go and fall all over again like I did way back in the reading room. My head's still sore from that. I turn over and look at Blake. He isn't doing anything. Normally he'd be walking around or trying to make some small talk, but he's frozen. What's wrong with you? Hello? What am I supposed to do? Move him. I push on his arm to throw him off balance. He doesn't move at all. He suddenly grabs my arm so tight I can feel my circulation weakening. What are you doing? His eyes are blank, like he's someone else entirely. They stare straight through me. Something's wrong with him. Or won't he let go? Get ready for what? Oh. I break free and run away from him as fast as my legs can carry me. Enter the first room I can get to, the reading room. My arm still hurts from where he grabbed me. I should have grabbed something from the indulgence room. There's nothing in here except for books. Would a candlestick holder work? Should I even try finding him? He's so strong, he could choke me out in 10 seconds flat. Okay, where can I hide? I take a deep breath and squeeze myself into a gap behind one of the bookshelves. I try to control my breathing so as to not make too much noise. The door opens. He's here. I can do this. I can stay calm. I can stay silent. Blake's voice breaks the silence of the reading room. Hey, what's happening? He's talking. That must mean he's no longer possessed. I take that as my cue to slide my way out and back into view. I think I'm ready to get those symbols now. Blake looks down at himself. He tightens his hand into fists, then loosens them as if he's trying to search for them for a memory of what he did. Did I do something bad? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You didn't, but you could have. I didn't. I don't tell him about my arm. He doesn't need to know about that. Let's get that ritual done. The book is somewhere over here, right? Yes. We write on our arms, copying down the symbol I found in the living quarters. Together we read the prayer that was written in the book, the one that would seal in the mark. Yada yada. We make our way back to the indulgence room. The whole way there, Blake keeps glancing back at me. I saw a scrap of paper in this bucket earlier. I'll get it for us. It's rather gross. I wonder if he's trying to make up for being possessed. Yeah, it smells like rotten meat, and something else that I'm too polite to point out. Here we go. Should we do that prayer thing to luck and the symbols or whatever? Okay, I think we're back to where we were before. Oh, maybe not. Tackle the shadow. Blake shudders. Right. I rush forward with Blake grasping by the arm. Possessed? We got all the symbols, though. The ghost should be gone. Okay. I stand awkwardly, waiting for him to make the first move. He's not even blinking. Blake's too strong. His other hand goes for my neck. I try to twist out of his grasp, but it's no use. I can't breathe. Zoey, I'm sorry. Why did this have to happen? Wait a minute. Speaking of strange, there's something strange about the way he's asking me that question. I don't know you enough to trust you. There, I gave him a middle-of-the-road type of answer. Not too nice, not too mean. He flinches like I hit him. Oh, okay. Thanks for being honest. Anyway, when he came in, I noticed you put something in your pocket. What was that? Can I see it? Sure. Does this really make a difference? Why is it so cold out here? We keep the heat on. I don't know. He should deal with it instead of complaining. I'm cold too, and I'm not whining about it to everyone. He reminds you of Zoey, always whining instead of taking action. I'm sorry we have to deal with all of this. It's not like it's your fault. You've got nothing to be sorry for. There's no way that Zoey would be in here. She'd run out of here on first sight of this place. I'm half ready to run out too. And I start looking around the room, mindful of my steps. Blake moves around the room as well, but his eyes are fixed on his walkie-talkie. What he's doing looks less like searching and more like pacing. Hey, Kelly? It looks like there's some paper in that bucket over there. What? Why should I care? Paper in a bucket has nothing to do with finding Zoey. It could be another one of those symbols. Is he serious? Well, I already told you, I'd rather not be writing some weird symbols on myself or saying any kind of prayer. What I want to do is find my sister. First, Blake's face goes blank. Then his eyebrows knit together. The rest of his features is still static. You should look in the bucket. At this point, it might be a good idea to just do what he says since he's acting weird. I step up to the bucket, lean over it, and peer in. The stench is unbelievable. It smells and looks like meat that has been rotting for days, if not weeks. It's gray and fleshy and slimy, and I can't look at it anymore. Retching, I step away from the bucket. There is no way I'm fishing around in there, no thank you. If you want to see what's in there so badly, you look. Blake stares at me again, and his face is even more unsettling than before. I don't understand why you're being so rude. I asked you to do one simple thing, and you... Blake, all we're doing here is wasting time. Obviously Zoey isn't in here. Like I said earlier, she wouldn't stay in this room for 1 minute. I may be the worst sister in the world, but I know Zoey well enough to know that for sure. We need to check the next room. No, we need to stay in here. You can stay in here if you want. I'm going to search the next room. I don't need to wait around with him. I can't let you do that. I need more time. In that moment, all of the blood rushes out of my face. Who needs more time? What do you mean? Who are they? Time for what? Where is Zoey? Don't worry, Kelly. Little Zoey is being taken care of. Soon she will be free of her vehicle, untainted from this world. We know what's best for her. I want to lunge at him, grab him by the throat, force him to tell me what he knows. But I'm a coward, afraid of what he might do to me, afraid of what he might do if I piss him off even more. Take me to my sister, now. That's not possible. A ritual in progress can't be interrupted. I can only guess at what they're going to do to Zoey, and I can't help but remember the look on her face when she was scared earlier, and compare it to what it must look like now. I brought her here, and I have to get her out. In desperation, I sprint away from the door we came in through, toward the exit. If I can make it past Blake. Just a few more strides. Zoey is so close. Not on my watch. Blake seizes me by the collar and shoves me away from the door. Guarding it with his body, he pulls a dagger from his pocket and deftly unsheathes it. The glint on the ornately covered handle matches the one in his eye. With his other hand, he presses a button on his walkie-talkie. We have a runner. This time, something other than static comes out of the speaker. Keep her in check. We still need time. I have to get out of here. I dart past him, ducking low and out of his reach. I run to the living quarters faster than I've ever run in my life. Footsteps echo in the hallway, not soon after mine. He's coming. I slam the door behind me and instantly regret it. I've just told Blake exactly where I am. I have no choice but to hide and no time to think. Doorknob rattles. Let's hide in the closet. I leave it in the closet and pull the door shut. I managed to hold myself together long enough. The sound of the door swinging open is followed by slow, deliberate footsteps. The steps make their way around the room and then out of it again. This is my chance to leave. Quietly, I make my way back to the indulgence room, towards where Zoey might be. I keep my eyes trained on the floor. I can't look at the hanging bodies again, because this time I know they might be real. You can arrange the peels of their skin however you like. That's what the book said. Suddenly, laughter rips from the next room, the one Blake had tried to keep me away from. Could Zoey be in there? Could it be dangerous beyond the door? I scan the room for something to defend myself with. In a place full of butchered bodies, there has to be something I can work with. Sure enough, there is what looks like a kitchen knife in a corner, its blade covered in blood. It was probably used to chop up some poor soul and then got tossed away forgotten. Got the innards, then spare the fillet. I grab the knife by its plastic handle and realize I have no idea what I'm doing. I've only ever used knives for cutting food. I practice a stab, aiming the knife at the flank of a headless torso dangling from the ceiling. The blade makes contact with the flesh, but instead of cutting through it, it retracts into the handle. My heart drops. It's a trick knife, a prop, useless. Despite it wanting to throw the knife to the ground, I hold on to it. If it was convincing enough to fool me, then it might fool someone else. Who knows, Blake's knife could be fake as well. Hopefully. As I walk into the next room, something slithers past me, tickling my ankle. Taken by surprise, I jump to avoid it and trip, falling forward. I catch myself, pain jolting through my wrists. In front of me, the door creaks open. I stay quiet, attempting to keep the volume of my breaths under control. Maybe no one will see me from here. Or I could face the enemy head on. I do have this knife, after all. I stay low to the ground, crawling on my hands and knees. I freeze at every noise. Plip, 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 plip. Something drips on me from overhead. I don't dare look up. Whatever it is, it's thick and heavy. I know it isn't water. I can hear Zoey's voice echo in my head. She's calling for help. She needs me. What if they're hurting her right now? Sticking their knives into her stomach and dragging down? No, just stop thinking like that. Stay focused. David, I need to crawl faster. I hear footsteps and I pause. There's a cubbyhole nearby. I crawl into it. Kelly, are you in here? It's better that I find you than anyone else. They won't hesitate to strike you down. I know you're hiding somewhere. You can come out. My body is crammed inside of the cubbyhole. I can barely breathe without my chest hurting. So you're not in here then? He laughs to himself. Already attending the ritual? Alright. I watch Blake pass by, careful not to let myself be seen. He heads into the next room. That's where Zoey must be. Zoey, just hold on a little longer. I'll be there soon. I crawl out of my hiding place, clutching the trick knife in my hand like it's something to be feared. I keep my steps light yet hurried as I head into the room. There were cloaked figures, cultists, huddled around a little body laid out on the altar. I screamed for their attention, telling them to stay away from her. My hands are shaking, I can't stop shaking. Kelly! They turned to look at me slowly, one at a time. Oh, you're here. Your resolve is admirable. He steps out from the crowd. Unfortunately, we can't let her go. We're in the middle of saving her. They're trying to kill her. Zoey, are you hurt? Have they done anything to you? Help! Her voice is hoarse. How long has she been screaming, begging for someone to come rescue her? I should have been here sooner. The crowd starts humming and chanting. They swing from side to side. I point my knife at them, trying to scare them, but it has no effect. You aren't saving her if you kill her. She'd be dead. That's backwards. Just let her go, please. How am I supposed to get through all these people? They could kill her as soon as I take a step. We'll slice the soul from her skin. And we'll pull her eyes from her hollowed head. The passage from the book. Her soul will be freed before this world has a chance to taint her. There's nothing special about Zoe's soul. She's one of the few worth saving. Zoe struggles to get off the altar. The cultists hold her down, ignoring her cries for help. Let her go, or else I'll kill you. It's the first thing I could come up with. Your odds aren't looking good. You should make your next choice carefully. By freeing her soul, we're doing your sister a fine service. Her innocence will be maintained. Okay, think. How can I get us both out of this mess? She's not as innocent as you think. She's a kid, but doesn't mean she hasn't seen things or done things that your cult wouldn't like. It's the purity of her soul, not the actions of her vehicle that we're trying to preserve. We don't sense any corruption from her. That's a rare gift that should be cherished. Please let me go. She fights to wriggle free from the cultist's grasp. One of them brandishes a knife, holding it to her face. Zoe whimpers. Every muscle in my body tenses. I wish I could do something to help her. All I have are my words and my resolve. I have to stay strong for her. You're cherishing that rare gift of hers by killing her? That doesn't make any sense. Nothing about this is right, and you know it. That's why you have to hide behind a series of lies. Her vehicle may be discarded, but we are freeing her. We're doing the right thing for Zoe. Why can't you understand that? You are twisted. Are you truly prepared to die? You can turn around to walk out of here. No one will harm you. Your vehicle can remain intact. Don't leave me here. Kelly, please. The cultist closest to her pushes the blade closer to her throat. Zoe, it's going to be okay. Her eyes stare straight into me. Will it be, really? I wish I knew. What will you do? Will you go home or die right where you stand? I can't just leave my sister. Yes, you can. It's your choice. Think about it. I won't abandon Zoe. I'd rather die fighting. Her last memory of me won't be me walking out of the door. I lunge towards Blake, my arm coming down in an arc. I never got to complete my swing. His dagger's in my stomach. I drop to my knees. Oh. As my blood spreads all over the floor, I faintly hear Zoe screaming. Sorry, Zoe. Looks like I messed up. But what do you think of me now? Am I still the worst sister in the world? Am I? Game over. Go home. It's the smartest decision, isn't it? Self-preservation? One of us living is better than none of us living. It's not like they gave me many options. This is the best thing I can do. Someone has to live to tell all about this. I can't look at her anymore. I don't want to see her. I put my hands over my ears to try and block out her screams as I head towards the exit. Please don't leave me! Kelly! She wouldn't stop screaming. Everyone did their best to try and find Zoe. They put out an Amber Alert. They bombarded news stations with their face in the hopes of finding her. They think that someone stole her from the haunted house, that when she got scared and I was knocked out cold, someone grabbed her. The description of her kidnapper was flimsy at best. I tried to tell them the truth at the beginning, but no one believed me. To the police, I was also a suspect. To them, I would come up with anything to avoid suspicion. My concussion didn't help my case very much either. Instead, my thoughts were simply a side effect of my injury. No matter how or where I searched, I couldn't find the cult. They disappeared without a trace. Have they stopped taking the lives of the innocent, or did they move on to another approach for finding their victims? I've got something of theirs, though. The mark on my arm is the first clue towards discovering their whereabouts. It has to mean something that will point me in their direction. In time, the search party for Zoe will die down. Her screams for help in my head never will. I'll always know the truth. Let her go. I'll be the sacrifice. It doesn't look like that. She's the one who needs saving. Tears pour down Zoe's cheeks. One of you can still live. You can walk out of here, Kelly. That's all? You'd actually let me do that? But I can't leave without Zoey. That wouldn't be right. My hand tightens around my knife. Please. One vehicle can still remain intact. I won't abandon Zoey. We've read this already. Think about it, I'm starting to throw up. Joining these people? This might be our only shot at surviving this ordeal. Let us join you. Both of us. Keep Zoey alive. Don't free her soul. She'll be the light that draws everyone in. It's easier to kidnap more children when you have one on your side. Kelly. She sounds like she's scared for a different reason. Zoey, this is the only way. We'll get out of this by leading others to their deaths. We'll become agents for the cult, drawing people in to be sacrificed. Do you need us to shave our heads? We'll do that. We'll travel with you. We'll give up everything in our lives. I don't care what you want us to do, as long as Zoey lives. That's intriguing. We're just both alive. Zoey will be able to lure people in without me with her. She'll be too damaged for the job if I'm dead. I can't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. I already sound like I'm one of them. Like I said, you have to have kids on your side, and why not Zoey, someone who is special enough to be saved? Please let me go. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Of course, you can never go back to your old lives. You did say you were willing to give it all up. I understand. All that matters is that Zoey's okay. The cultists let her go. She jumps off the altar and runs towards me for a hug. I hold her tightly. I'm never letting her go, or never letting her out of my sight again. We'll just pretend to be in their cult until we find a chance to escape. It'll be okay. I saved Zoey, and that's all that matters. We let go of the people who used to be. We disappeared. We threw out all of our possessions. We don't need them anymore. These bodies we walk in are merely vehicles for transporting our souls. Zoey is ready to be freed from hers at any time, but we have a job to do together. Blake tells me I'll be free when I've earned it. You can't be free before your time. He has our best interests in mind. People like Zoey are lucky. I wish I could have been freed at her age. Over time, I realize that those who are freed at Zoey's age are the luckiest ones. They get to ascend before they have to face life's horrors. The world outside is cruel and unforgiving. It is our mission to save others. We get to help with the haunted houses every year. We're called scouts. We find people that are worth saving. Oh, there's one passing by now, all by herself. Hello, are you lost? Do you need help finding your way back to your group? We can help you. Is that it? Is that it done? Let me see. I decide to face him. I would have to do it eventually anyway, either here or in the next room. I come out of my hiding place, putting on my bravest face. Ah, Kelly, I'm so glad to see you again. Is that knife of yours real, or is it a prop? Wouldn't you like to know? Why don't I stab you with it so you can find out? I hope he doesn't call me on my bluff. You should go home now. You're not going to like what you'll see in the ritual room. I don't care. Zoey's in there, isn't she? She's almost free now. I can't let you interfere. Please understand, I'm a benevolent man. If you turn around and go home, I won't hurt you. But if you go into that room and interrupt what's happening, I'll be forced to take action. Oh, like you haven't taken any actions already? You have a knife. So do you. You brought out yours first. What the hell? A howl of pain erupts from the ritual room. Zoey! Perfect. It sounds like it's over. Get out of my way! It's your choice. You can rush in there to look at an empty vehicle, or you can go home with your life intact. Make the smart choice. I want to see my sister. She's gone. Why am I even bothering to talk to him? I should push past him. I should get right into the room and save Zoey. Or maybe he's right. Maybe I should get out of here. That is, if she's already dead. Get out of my way. Don't make me say it again. He shrugs. Suit yourself. I hurry into the room. My breath catches in my throat. The crowd huddles around the altar. They're surrounding a small sliced-up body. The crimson puddle she's resting in continues to grow. Blake was right. I was too late. Zoey. Don't worry, you'll be joining her soon. He holds out his dagger. There's nothing I can do but wait for the pain to come. Game over. You're just going to let me leave? Just like that? No catch? No catch. I slowly lower my trick knife. She's dead. She's not screaming anymore. It would be pointless to run in there and get myself killed too. I'm sorry, Zoey. I should have been there for you. The best I could do now is live for the both of us, right? Let the prop knife fall out of my hand. Did it hurt? Don't you even want to hear the truth? Whatever you guys did to her, I hope it ended fast. I hope she didn't feel a thing. It had to have been painless. That's the only way I can live with myself after this. I have to believe that. I turn, not saying another word to Blake. I don't want to hear his reply. He stays true to his word. He doesn't move from his spot. A hooded figure enters the room, its face hidden from view. Could it be another mannequin, or a real person this time? I jump to my feet, weapon raised. I've got a knife! A fake one. Unperturbed, the figure starts to hum. It's confusing, almost mesmerizing. My grip loosens the knife handle. My resolve crumbles. There are fingers curling around my neck. From behind. Squeezing. I can't breathe. Oopsie. I roll under the bed. Oh. I don't move from my spot. Yada yada yada, yada yada yada. We did this already. I run to the reading room as fast as I possibly can. I make it to the entrance. And I'm enveloped in pure darkness. There are footsteps in the hallway, approaching. Who knows how close he is? I have no choice but to hide. I can't even see my own hand in front of my face. Bump into something in the darkness, make a noise, alert Blake to my presence in here, and it's all over. I quietly drop to the floor and crawl around, groping for a left-behind flashlight. The chances someone dropped one and left it behind are slim, but it's my only hope. Here! By some miracle I found one, a tiny one, and frantically switch it on. Alone, the flashlight only illuminates a small circle of the room. The footsteps are getting louder. I swing it around, scanning my surroundings. All I need is a hiding place, fast. What am I supposed to do? The space behind the bookshelf is narrow, possibly too narrow for me to fit into. I'll have to flatten my body against the wall behind it and hope, for the sake of my life, that I don't knock it over. But what about one of the corners? Maybe that would be okay. I tuck myself into a corner and turn off my flashlight. The footsteps enter the room accompanied by a circle of light. Blake has his own flashlight. He smiles. Found you. I feel something warm cover my lower half. It soaks right through my clothes. It's blood, pouring out of the place where he stabbed me. I'm sorry, Zoey. I tried to save you, but I guess I needed saving too. Oopsie. I just fit behind the bookshelf. The footsteps enter the room. Breathe. Stay calm. Stay still. Crap. Now, damn it. I can't do it. I have to breathe. The breath I let out is loud enough for him to find me. There's nowhere for me to run. He drags me out, a big smile on my face. Ah, crap. Okay, I don't think we can actually survive in the reading room. I must have tried like 10 times. I still couldn't do it. Kelly, hide in the closet. Huh? Don't ask questions, just do it. Why? What's going on? He takes me by the arm and forces me towards the closet. Get off of me! I'm surprised by how strong Blake is. Be quiet. Shh. He closes the doors for me. I hear him drop to the floor and drag himself. See, we can actually do this. I could not do the last one. Blah, blah, blah. No, don't trust you. Blah, blah, blah. I guess we'll do it. Check him yourself. I can do it. I braced myself. His hood could be hiding anything. A disfigurement, a monstrous scowl, a serious burn, skin all filleted up by freaky cultist people. I don't know. There might be something wrong with him. I bunched up the fabric of his hood in my hand and pulled back to see... Huh? He's not a man at all. He's a wooden dummy. A stupid prop. I knock on his smooth wooden face. Someone must have rigged this up and deployed it by accident, but that still doesn't explain the outfit. Okay. Load here. Blake's right. Yeah, you're right. Let's get to the living quarters. Maybe reading that book got to you. Now you're seeing things that aren't there. How much of the tour did you get to see? You might be having what they call residual fear effects. You see a scary image and then it burns itself into your mind. You must have seen a cultist on the tour, and now you can't get him out of your mind. We didn't see that much, and besides, you said you didn't have any green cultists. How could I have residual fear of something that doesn't exist? And that confirms it was all in your head. Come on, the living quarters are this way. No. Ah, damn it. Fine. Yeah, great. Okay. I'm not much of a reader, sorry. That's alright. It's mostly just a bunch of creepy text detailing the history and rituals of the cult where we based the haunted house off of. He leans back on his heels. We were very thorough with the work we put into this haunted house. Fine-tuning every single part, even the most unnoticeable things, goes a long way for the people that do bother to notice them. Yeah. Face figure. Check yourself. Let's see if it actually made any impact the rest of the story. It doesn't look like it. Okay, well, I guess that's it for this game. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!